Hello you guys, Thomas here from TK808 Productions, and if you guys can see right behind me is the Matco Tools truck for one of my big sponsors for the East versus West Big Island Showdown for the team battle. So I was able to get in contact with Alicia Gaston and her husband Jesse. They're going to give me a tour of their truck, you guys, and you get to see all the wonderful tools and whatnot. But big shout out to them, you guys. If you ever see them around with their Matco Tools truck right behind me, please by all means check out their truck, check out the tools, parts, and everything else that they have inside. But why don't we go take a peek inside and see what's going on? You guys, as you can see right now, we are inside the Matco Tools store, inside this humongous truck that we have right here. We have parts, tools, we have Milwaukee to Matco Tools, so many different things. We've got hats around. But if you just look at this, there's a lot of parts and tools here. And not only that, I got the opportunity to meet the owners here of J&A Tools, and I'm going to put them around right now. All right, can the two owners please introduce yourselves, please?
Hey there, I'm Jesse.
Hi, I'm Alicia.
All right, and you guys have been with Matco Tools for how long?
So we've been operating in Hilo for a little over 2 years, almost 2.5 years now.
Okay.
And we've been running in Kona for just over a year.
Nice. And then Alicia, you usually take care of the Hilo side, I assume?
Yeah, I've been taking care of Hilo side since second week of January of this year.
All right. And then, so tell me the story of where you guys started with this whole entire thing of getting into Matco Tools and becoming your own owners of your own trucks.
We mainly got into this due to, I was a technician for Ford for almost 8 years. And I just kind of felt there was a need in town for another option for tools. So we kind of looked into the opportunity to take care of it. We got started and took off very well in Hilo, and a lot of guys from Kona would reach out and ask for stuff. So that's when we decided to expand and start covering the whole island.
Nice. So we kind of started off first in Hilo, then kind of went over to Kona. After
Yeah,
a while?
started in Hilo in April of 2023, and then started in Kona July of last year, 2024.
So kind of moving things up in the world, pretty much, giving both sides of the island, yeah?
Yeah, trying to. I mean, I know firsthand, guys spend a lot of money on their tools. They want them taken care of, and that's a lot of questions we got for warranty stuff. So we wanted to make sure we could take care of everybody and get it taken care of. So.
Right, and both you probably understand of all the automotive shops around in the Big Island, there's a lot of small mom and pop shops and businesses, and they need some reliable tools that you guys can offer to them.
Yeah, definitely. I'd say as of right now across the whole island, we see more than 200 shops every week.
Ooh.
So there's definitely a lot of need, a lot of customers, a lot of people that want tools that they can rely on.
700 customers.
Yeah, close to 700 customers total. So yeah, there's a lot out there.
700 customers and 200 shops. Explain to me, how do you guys get that done within, do you get it all done in a week, or?
Yeah, normally weekly. We do our best to catch all of them. There are times when things come up. We have toolbox deliveries, or some people need a little more time. They want to look at some bigger options for tool storage or scan tools, things like that. But yeah, we do our best to get to each of them every week, usually between 12 and 17 stops per day. Yeah, we just go. We get out there, do our best.
Start as early as like 6:30, 6:45 in Hilo, and I usually don't end my day until after 4 o'clock in Hilo, but that doesn't mean the clock has stopped, because I still have to get home, check in products if need be, do the typical closeout, clean the truck, be prepared for the next day.
No problem. So explain to me how a typical morning is for you guys to the end, if you can explain to me. That way people can understand what you guys have to do just to get all the product into the truck, get it to the customer, and then somehow make it back home in one piece.
Both of our days are kind of crazy. For me personally, it depends on whether my daughter's in school or not. I get her up, we leave the house, we try to leave by 6 o'clock in the morning, get to the first stop, do a couple shops, get her to school on time. So basically I stop and start twice a day when she's in school. So like I said, do a couple stops in the morning, get her to school, get back to my route, do most of my day, and then towards the end of the day, go pick her back up, then bring back her, go back on the route. It's a stop and go for me. So when she's in school, it's an extra hour added to my day of travel. So that's why I really like the summers, because I can just keep going.
And Jesse, what about you, sir? What is your schedule like?
So currently we still live out towards Pahoa. So I'm up every morning, I get in my car, and I make the drive over saddle, like so many people do. I didn't realize how many guys did that, but getting to know the guys in Kona, we see more and more of them that do the same thing. And so yeah, it's an hour and 45 minutes or so to get to the truck in the morning, and then get on the road right away and just run, get through the whole day as fast as I can. Try to get back home at a decent time to get a hot dinner at least and get some relaxation in. So yeah, usually I'm usually home between 7 and 8:30 most nights. So just depending. Sometimes we get some big orders that come in from our flyers or things like that we'll end up putting much more hours into. And times like this weekend, actually, I just brought the truck back home last night. We had to load up a toolbox. Somebody's going to be picking it up this week. So yeah, sometimes we take the truck home, sometimes I drive the car home. It just depends on the needs at the time.
I have to say, during our expo time, we've worked until 1 o'clock in the morning on the truck before, and just had to tap out because we're just brain tired, physically tired. We're we just have to get back to this another day.
Yeah. There's definitely some long days in the mix.
Well, I mean, it makes sense with you both being two owners of this business. You definitely have to realize you got to put a lot of time and effort and money into this thing, and you guys have definitely been stepping up to where there's a lot of shops that rely on you guys to bring them all these tools and also help them out with trying to get some more expensive items. Or I know recently I've seen a lot on your Instagram. You guys been getting a lot of these Matco tool chests out to a lot of people. So I mean, you guys have been becoming a big influence to a lot of people around here.
Yeah, we've had a great response. I got to thank everybody out there, because it's going into it, we're kind of flying blind when you start this up, and we don't know what to expect, and it went well. I mean, Hilo had a great response. There was a lot of need at the time, so it's been really good.
But when you guys first started off with the business, how nervous were you kind of stepping into those, like, not gonna say forbidden waters, but those like kind of like questionable waters where you come in, you're like, oh, okay, let's see how this thing goes. Were you guys really nervous stepping into that?
Absolutely, yeah. You know, to go from what I had been doing for years as a career to step into this, it was kind of a do or die. I knew that we had to make this work, or we were going to have to make some huge changes in life that we weren't wanting to make. So
kind of like put your chips all in the bucket and just go for it then, pretty much.
Yeah, it was all in. It was 100% all in. Total life change to accommodate this and do it. But so I'm happy it's worked so far.
Yeah, it seems like you guys are definitely in a really good spot at the moment, but with all the ups and downs and everything, what's been like some of your, like, I would say if you can name like one of your really awesome moments where maybe a customer was like saying, hey guys, thank you so much for helping us out or everything. What would be some, if you can just think of like one moment for both of you, where was like a moment where you realized, you know what, it was worth all of the long nights and everything?
I'd say some of the big ones are some of the younger guys when they get into this industry and you see the growth. To me, that's kind of the big one. You see the guys that come in for a few months and they're hesitant to want to get any tools and they're borrowing from everybody in the shop every time, and you know, sometimes it's just that first purchase they make, sometimes something as small as a little magnet or you know, their first socket set, ratchet, something like that, and to watch that growth from, you know, their first little purchase to them coming in saying, I think I'm ready to get a toolbox, you know, I need room, I need space, and you know, to see them grow and start to commit to this as a career. That's a big one to me. I love seeing that, you know, after going through those same steps myself, you know, committing to it and doing it. So, what about you?
For me, this is, it's completely new waters for me, I guess. I don't come from a technician background, but my drive to learn and grow and try to be better than I was yesterday, you know, just trying to always improve. What I really enjoy, what my moments are, is just when the guys are helping me out. They know I don't come from this background, and they have seen the growth in me when, you know, now when they talk about like the different drives, a quarter, 3/8 and a half, I know exactly what they're talking about. I know with the, like 6 point, 12 point, you know, it's like they'll throw things at me. It's like, hey, Alicia, do you have this? And I start asking the questions, and they can see that I'm getting it. I understand. You know, so for me, it's seeing the relationship grow with me and the people on my route, and them realizing that I hope they realize they have helped me a lot. They've been very patient, kind, so that's been great for me. And then, I don't know, those are the moments that I really enjoy the most. It's just the mutual growth together. They realize, I think they sometimes realize, I don't know, I don't know how to phrase it.
Well, I think it's really awesome, Alicia, like how, like, because when Jesse went over to Kona, you had to kind of step in and take over the reins of the Hilo side. And I know that was a little bit of like a, okay, let's see how this goes kind of thing. Yeah,
it was very scary.
Or I think what the song they call "Living on a Prayer." I guess you were kind of having that kind of feeling. But you know, you realize, you know what, you need to help Jesse out, so I want to step in, and you decided to take over. And you know, last couple of months, especially when you've been coming into our shop, you definitely seem like you got your head on right.
What helps is that I come from honestly a retail background. I worked at different stores. You learn the product. It's the same kind of concept. You know, what is the needs of my techs? What do you guys need? Let me go research it. Let me find it. Let me call Jesse if I need to. Let me call my district manager if I need to. You know, let me phone a friend. So that's the parts that I do enjoy. You know, it's growth.
Yeah, and you know, you guys been able to help grow to where now you can run 2 trucks smoothly, and you know, business is picking up, and you know, you're keeping your customers happy and everything.
Try.
Yeah, definitely trying to.
Many phone calls to customer service on my end, for sure.
A funny question: who gets the most phone calls? Out of curiosity.
From customers?
Yeah, from customers. Is it you or Alicia? Who gets the most?
I don't know if we've ever compared.
I'm just curious, just because I know Alicia gets a lot of phone calls from a lot of her customers.
I'd
I'm
say
like, who gets more?
6 months ago, I probably had more. At the time when I got out to Kona, I was getting phone calls from a lot of the guys in Hilo still, and people in Kona, and yeah, it got to be a little hectic. But we've been getting everybody switched over to her phone number for Hilo and who'd reach out to. And So it's very hit or miss, really. I mean, it's the mechanics know that in the industry, it's very everything changes day to day, hour to hour. So some days are quiet, my phone doesn't ring a single time, and some days I can't get it to stop ringing, even when I call people back. And
Yeah, it really depends on what's going on
yeah.
and the needs of our customers. So
But I'd say overall, she's probably getting a little more than I am at this point. Yeah.
I would have to agree with you on that, though. Yes.
Yeah.
But then also explain to me about these expos. So what goes on when you guys leave for the expos? Like what if you can explain just a little detail, like what are you guys learning there? What goes on in expo as owners?
Yeah, so the Matco Tools Expo happens once a year. It changes location. What it generally is everything new products, new companies that we're selling tools for, all sorts of stuff. There's also recognition for awards if you performed well throughout the year. Getting to know everybody. I mean, we all know we're out on the middle of a rock, so we get to meet everybody from across the country, Canada, Alaska, people within our district.
Canada as well.
Canada as
Yeah.
well,
Wow.
yeah. Puerto Rico. So it's kind of getting out there and meeting everybody and networking, and there's definitely trainings on everything from diagnostics to tool storage to running a business to planning for retirement. They want to make sure we're taken care of, and it's quite the show. Once we get through the trainings and the big award show, then it's 2.5 days of pretty much a big convention.
Yeah.
All these different companies and new products. We can go hands-on with the tools, try things out, see the new stuff.
Awesome. And that's kind of great that they let you get hands-on with all these different tools, because you don't want to tell your customer, hey, here's a new hammer. And you're like, oh, how does it work? And you're like, well, just you try it yourself.
Right, yeah. The more knowledge we have, the more we can hand off to our customers.
Right.
And that's what's important to us is knowledge, information. The more we can get to them, the better they can make their choices on what they want to buy and what they can do with it.
Yeah, and then that's where they're like, hey, do you have a wrench I can get down here, but I know it's cramped? You're like, hey, instead this one, let me show you this one instead that I saw at the expo. So you guys, hands-on experience, that are able to help them find the best tool that helps fit their needs.
Yep.
All right, so then Jesse, Alicia, sorry, want to make sure I say the name right. So what got you guys involved in wanting to sponsor the East versus West? I know, Jesse, I talked about it last year before and everything, but what made you want to commit to the race and everything?
For me, I grew up here, and I did a bit of drag racing back in 2011 and 12, I'd say. Always enjoyed it. It was a ton of fun. And I just wanted to give back in some way. We got into this position now, and that was something I really enjoyed doing, and I plan on getting back into it soon. And it was just any way possible that we could help. I really like to see a lot of these people that have some fast cars out there. They put a lot of their time and effort and money into these things, and I just like seeing them rewarded for doing all that. Being able to get out there and feel good about running a race and winning and get some good prize money, and it's fun. It's exciting.
Yeah, well, I definitely got to say I'm very blessed and honored that you guys really wanted to come and sponsor not only last year's race, but this year's race again, because because it's always beneficial to have sponsors that are willing to come out and help out the local racers or just the local community, but to help out an event that I'm trying to help bring about, and hopefully I can make this event be lasting for the next couple of years and everything. Definitely like to help let you guys be partnered along with it, and so thank you guys for wanting to help sponsor the event and everything.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Because you know how long it takes, a lot of work and effort to get an event going and everything.
Yeah.
Kind of like how it took you guys a long way to get from where you are right now to where you first was like, what if we decide to get into Matco tools and get not one truck but 2 trucks? So you guys can understand all the journey of how much you got to prep and just put time and effort into it. So
yeah,
it's a lot of work.
A lot of work.
all right. Well, Alicia, Jesse, thank you guys so much for letting me come onto your store and everything. Is there any other people you want to give a shout out to, or you want to tell us anything about some of the products you guys have that want to let people know?
I'd say more than anybody, the customers. I mean, it's the customers across the island that allow us to do this. That's kind of the biggest one for me.
All right. Well, thank you guys so much for letting me come on to your store. I guess you guys check them out. We have Alicia that's going to be here in Hilo throughout the week, and then Jesse will be out in Kona. So yes, guys, check them out here on the Matco Tools store on their trucks.